So, what we've decided to do on the show is come to this level crossing here at Aston of an exhibition of Colin the world of everything. So, level crossings, we've come to this level crossing here in Ascombe, and what we've done, we've come to see this important safety feature in action. As you can see, this level crossing here action is being used by all these motorists. Now obviously level crossings are fully automated nowadays, and they're used by thousands and thousands and thousands of motorists every day. But if it weren't for these level crossings, obviously level crossings, due to the nature of the fact is roads cross over railways, right? It's the simple fact is that they've got to be safe, and the systems that are actually used have got to be reliable, because obviously this is what's known as an unmanned level crossing, and it's actually called Moss level crossing. We've come to Moss level crossing here at, in Moss. So this is Moss level crossing, and it's this particular railway, this particular level crossing has got an 125-mile-an-hour speed limit on the actual line, and the actual systems and barriers have got to be in place on the actual level crossing. They've got to be of some sort of a high standard. Here we go. Here we go for the next train. So what's happening now is the first barriers are actually closing. There'll be a pause. Now you can see how that barrier's paused and that barrier's paused, and the second barriers will fall down. That's so if anything decides to swerve through the barriers, it can get out of the way. The level crossing is now locked. Now we'll wait for a train. Now there'll be a big delay. Now I don't know which way train's actually coming from. Obviously we've got more motorists waiting. It's coming from York direction. So next train due that's coming down south. Now, being nature at the East Coast Main Line, you get a lot of traffic on this section of line here in Yorkshire, because obviously it's an electrified piece of it's the East Coast Main Line. It goes from London right up to Edinburgh. The main traffic on this particular line is mainly high-speed passenger traffic, and it's a particularly busy section of line. We're just north of Doncaster here at the moment, which is the main hub in Yorkshire. With it being a Saturday, you'll be expected to get quite a lot of traffic. So how does it all work? How does this actual level crossing actually work, and how does it know to shut the barriers down? So about 2 miles up the track there'll be a pressure sensor, for instance, or there'll be a sensor of some sort to register an actual train for this particular level crossing. Now what will actually happen is as the train goes over this here pressure sensor, it'll trigger the actual barriers for the actual level crossing to actually activate. So there's plenty of delay, and there's a safe distance of time in front of the train for traffic to stop. Or in the worst case scenario, get a warning to train to start stopping if there's something in middle at crossing. Here we go, you can see it now, you can see it trained. So obviously 2 miles ago, train will have gone over a sensor and it'll have activated this here level crossing. Now the crossing itself is actually locked down and ready to go. So now what we're doing, we're just waiting now for the train to actually approach. And it looks to me, it's a freight train. It looks like a 60 or something that's coming down. Dare say it's a class 60 this. It looks like a 60. No, it's not, it's an HST class 43, sorry, I got it wrong. It's an HST class 43 diesel traction. So this is probably a Virgin, it looks like. Anyway, forget the train, mate, forget the train. More about the crossing. So it's doing an important safety feature. It's stopping you getting hit by something like this. Particular train will have been slowing down for Doncaster, so that probably won't have been going at full speed, but I dare say trains that are coming out over this crossing, they're going north, will still be accelerating out of Doncaster. There's not many stations on this particular section of line. It's a really fast section of line. It's notoriously known for a fast section of line. It's East Coast Main Line. Now if the barriers stay down like they have now, see, barriers are still down. They've stayed down, barriers are still down. If they don't instantaneously lift up after the train's gone through, then that usually means that there's a train coming in either in the same direction, or the crossing is going to be used again. Basically the activation switch has been activated again by another train, and I dare say this is a northbounder. In fact it is a northbounder, and it's here now, it's coming north. Are we lifting? There we go. So that's level crossings for you. I do believe there's actually what's called a manned level crossing. Now, manned level crossings are a little bit different because we don't have automatic barriers controlling them. They're actually physically manned level crossings with somebody who's manning them. Now, it might still be a manned level crossing, but it might not be. Last time I went, it was a manned level crossing. So what we're going to do next on the show is we're going to take a look at this manned level crossing to show you the differences and the heightened in danger. Right, so we thought we were going to come to a manned level crossing here at Thorpe in Blaine, but we've discovered that the manned level crossing has actually gone. It's gone now. They've got rid of manned level crossing and they've replaced it with that bridge. So if you look, they've replaced it with bridge, and they've built a bridge instead of O level crossing. Used to be to my left over here where them porter cabins are. There used to be a little level crossing there, and that used to be a manned level crossing. And it's gone now. It's been barricaded off, and that's that. But and also they've built this bridge. But even more strangely, we don't know what this bridge is for. This has suddenly appeared here as well. Big massive green bridge. We don't know where it's going or where it's come from. It's completely off my knowledge at Rail Network, and I don't know where it's come from. But I know it hasn't been here for the last 12 months, and I've come back and. This big green steel structure's been built here, and I don't know what it's for. I ain't got a clue. I don't even know what it's for. It's completely new infrastructure to me in my local area. But I'll tell you what, I will find out. I will definitely find out what this bridge is for. It appears to be brand spanking new. A brand spanking railway line's been built in Thorpe in Blaine. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Colin the Head's World of Everything. I'm Colin the Head, and this is Colin the Head's World of Everything. Bye.